Jetta will Miliband be forming a new party. His intervention intensified speculation about the launch of a new, centrist party. The former Labour leadership contender S decision to line up alongside former Tory Minister Nicky Morgan and ex-Lib Dem leader Sir Nick Clegg in speaking out against a full break with Brussels was seen by some MPs as a sign of a new alliance forming. Westminster insiders were asking whether this posse of one Dave and two Nicks is about to emulate the so-called Gang of Four that set up the breakaway SDP from the Labour Party in the 1980s. Mr. Miliband, who became an international aid charity boss after being beaten by his younger brother Ed to the Labour crown 8 years ago, has long been seen as an exiled leader in waiting by many die-hard fans of Tony Blair. But he is not the only focus of discussion about a split from the party now dominated by Jeremy Corbyn and the hard left. A party source told me the idea of a walkout by moderate MPs dominated the conversation at a reunion barbecue for senior goers from the height of the new Labour regime over the last bank holiday weekend. Guests were divided down the middle about whether the time has come to form a breakaway party, or whether to stay put and hope that something comes up, the insider said. Some at the event insisted moderates must find a new centre-left champion who could have the potential to win a leadership contest once Mr. Corbyn retires. Others argued that the party is now so deep in the grip of hard-left activists that it is beyond saving. Former Labour donors are ready to back a new party. Discussions are said to be ongoing with Tory Remainers being targeted as potential defectors. Senior goers including Tony Blair, George Osborne and Lord Ashdown are understood to have been involved in the talks. Yet such plotting ignores the question of whether there is an appetite among voters for yet another pro-Brussels grouping. Guests were divided down the middle about whether the time has come to form a breakaway party, or whether to stay put and hope that something comes up. Labour Party insider Renew, a tiny anti-Brexit party launched earlier this year, fought several wards in London at the council elections earlier this month. In the poll, every Renew candidate was defeated in the poll, including a sitting councillor who had defected from the Tories. Even more problematic for the new party plotters in Labour, Tory and Lib Dem ranks is that the single issue that unites them is a desire to overturn the result of the 2016 EU referendum. They have little hope of developing a new vision for the country's future, as long as they remain obsessed with reversing the tide of history. Longing on to the dream that Brexit can be stopped is also distracting MPs fed up with their existing parties from making the break and building a new organisation from scratch. The drawn-out parliamentary progress of Brexit legislation means there is always one more crunch battle for the Remainers to fight. A series of victories by a cross-party anti-Brexit alliance in the House of Lords shows the die-hard Brussels supporters can be far more effective staying where they are, rather than coming together into a single force that could struggle to build electoral appeal. Mr. Miliband refused to say anything about his future ambitions after delivering his lecture about the dangers looming in the Brexit negotiations. Jetta Miliband refused to say anything about his future after his lecture about Brexit negotiations. He jetted back to the US, leaving those who see him as the potential leader of a new force still guessing about the future. Lost centrists yearning for a new party have little hope of Bananaman or any other superheroes whooping out of the skies anytime soon.